Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining the First Google Hangout, Melting Away, How to Avoid the Dreaded Summer Melt. Really quickly, apologies. We had some crazy technical difficulties, but we are good to go now. So we're starting a little bit late, but we thank you guys so much for bearing with us and hanging in there with us. Again, so our Hangout is on summer melt and some of the different things that you can do to avoid it and what it really is. You know, as a student headed off to college, you probably just going to hang out in the summertime. You don't really know what's going to happen. You're just really excited about college. But as a first-gen student, there are a ton of things that you have to be mindful of as you're headed off to college. So we have an awesome panelist from an organization who does amazing work and has really, really good information on summer melt. So our first discussion will be around that. So I'm Chelsea Jones. I'm the Student Support Associate here, and I have my colleague who can introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Courtney, and I am the Student Programs Assistant.
Awesome. And then our awesome, awesome panelist.
Hi everyone, my name is Claire Dennison and I am from UAspire. Would you like me,
Awesome.
Chelsea, to go ahead and chat about UAspire?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so for those of you who are unaware of who UAspire is or what we do, we are a national nonprofit organization that works with students on the path to and through college, and we hyper-focus on just the financial aid and affordability part of that journey. So there's a lot of steps you all have taken along the way or will continue to take as you work towards that college diploma. UAspire makes sure that you are prepared to enter college feeling like you are confident about how you are going to pay for college. So we, again, try to eliminate the financial barriers that might get in your way as early as 7th grade all the way through your college graduation and frankly beyond as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Claire, on more info about UAspire. So really quickly, before we get into the cool discussion, I just want everyone to know if you're watching live, as we're talking, feel free to submit questions. We'll be doing a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions about anything that you hear, or if you need more information, or whatever it is that you want to ask, definitely feel free to submit questions. For the last maybe 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to take questions from the audience members. So just make sure, you know, to have some things going on in your head and jotting down some questions that you want to ask. So let's get started. So Claire, what exactly is summer melt, and why is it something that students should be mindful of, as well as counselors and colleges?
Great question, Chelsea. So I'll start off by kind of telling you how UAspire even came to know about summer melt, and that will help me define what exactly it is. And that was that we work with students one-on-one throughout their senior year of high school, and we oftentimes work with them throughout the summer between their graduation from high school and their matriculation into college. And a researcher approached us a few years ago to say, hey, I've heard of, there's something that we've started to notice, and we're wondering if we can work with you to figure out, what this phenomenon is all about, because we know you work with students over the summer. And they were calling this phenomenon summer melt. And how they were describing what it was is that actually in many large urban areas, especially among first-generation college students, college intending students, so that means you've gotten into a school, you've probably deposited at a school, you're graduating from high school. A lot of college intending students were not ending up enrolling the following fall in college. So, students who seemingly had a plan, like yourselves, something was happening in those summer months where they weren't in high school or in college that were making them stop that pathway, kind of halt that path on their road to school. And we had, obviously we were working with students that were taking steps to go into college and sometimes changing their mind, maybe a 4-year school to a 2-year school, for example, but they were still enrolling. And so we started to look at this phenomenon with this group of researchers to really understand, why was this happening? People that put in so much effort to getting that college acceptance letter and getting that award letter to help them finance college, and then suddenly not showing up at school. What was causing that, and what was that about? So that's the idea of summer melt, is that there's college intending students who actually don't end up enrolling, students who have gotten accepted but then don't show up, and that's essentially what summer melt is. And I think why it's important for students and colleges and schools to pay attention to it. Frankly, it's because first, all of you as students, you have been working incredibly hard to get to this point, and we want to make sure that you can get to that starting line of that first day of college. And why schools and universities should pay attention to it is because this is that summertime is that kind of middle time where a student's not in high school anymore, but not yet in college either. And so who is that student support system? Who can that student turn to? And that's why it's an incredibly important issue, because I think all of us as practitioners, as schools, as colleges, as families, community members want to see you succeed. So we need to kind of work together to understand both what's causing summer melt and how to help alleviate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Claire. So, sort of a follow-up question to all of the information that you've given. So, in your work with UAspire, what with summer melt and why?
I'm sorry, Chelsea, can you just repeat that question one more time? Just cut out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So, no worries. So, with your work with UAspire and around the issue of summer melt, um, am I still?
Yeah, sorry, it's just cutting out a little bit, but that's okay.
Claire, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Chelsea, are you still there?
And for our audience members that are watching, again, we are sincerely sorry. Having some crazy
Can you hear me?
I can, yes. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yes, we're just gonna take 1 second and I'll
Do still continue with it. We'll upload it to our blog so you can hear it, not sure she can hear it.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
So again, sincerely, have offline and upload it to a little later. We want to important on the college application process, but there's definitely something that so we will find school. www.first.org. Again, super inspiring technology